With new trends popping up daily across fashion, tech, music, and home, how can you tell which styles and gadgets to actually invest in? You know, not all of us jump on board right away when something comes out, but the new year is a perfect time to try a new statement piece or maybe take a chance on technology to make your life simpler. So here now with the latest on what's hot in 2018 and how to incorporate those trends into our own home is lifestyle expert Anna de Souza. Anna Banana, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Tina from Tucson. I love it.
Well, I love that you're going to help us with these trends. But before we kind of look ahead, what were some of the top trends that we actually saw from last year?
Yeah, well, I think we can all agree that this past year was full of moments and movements that changed the cultural landscape, right? So I've partnered up with eBay to bring you some top highlights from their Top Shop report. And we're going to go through some trends across fashion, home, technology. And this first one might not surprise you too much, especially given the box office success of The Last Jedi. But eBay sold over 450,000 Star Wars items in the 2 months prior to the movie's release. Like, we're talking action figures, those huge Lego sets. The Force is strong, Tina. But if you haven't picked up your lightsaber, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not too late for you to do that. And then another really big trend is this continued excitement over the connected home. So we're seeing a lot of interest in indoor cameras, Google our Nest thermostat, for instance, which actually programs itself over time, which is awesome. And then the Google Home and Google Home Mini. So you can speak to it, you can play songs, you can play games, you can connect your entire home, which is awesome.
Well, and I think a lot of people, like we're talking about the connected home is really hot right now. It's kind of hard to see which trends like we should actually start incorporating and which are kind of going to be short-lived. How do we figure that out?
Right. Well, what's really great about eBay is that it's one of the world's largest marketplaces. So we're able to uniquely reflect on pop culture, trends, movements, and see if it's kind of taking a steady increase up or if it's spiking because of an event. So one trend that you want to get in on is the 90s streetwear trend because it's back. You've probably seen these Adidas Superstar sneakers. We actually sold 107,000 of them just last year. And logo sweatshirts are so big as well. Those Champion sweatshirts, we sold 25,000 of those just last year as well.
Those are definitely styling. I would definitely rock a pair of those. And I know when we're kind of going with these trends, like you said, you're going to help us out with that. But we want to be able to incorporate it, whether it's wardrobe or tech, like into our life. How do we kind of get them incorporated?
Right. Well, what you want to do is you want to pick up vinyl. Vinyl is so hot right now. And here's a really great fun fact, Tina. Sony began pressing records again after a 30-year hiatus. We're selling 10,000 of these every single day, probably to Portland and Brooklyn. We were kind of joking about that. Fleetwood Mac is one of the top records, and the record player of choice is the Crosley. So it's been outfitted with brand new innovations like Bluetooth. So for instance, you can listen to it in different rooms of your home. You can actually put on a pair of headsets and listen and jam on your own. And Tina, I'm willing to bet that you've probably seen a coffee pot similar to this at a hipster coffee joint. This is actually really interesting. People are taking a more gourmet approach to their coffee now. This is called the Chemex, and we've seen an 85% increase in sales for this one too. It was created by a chemist, which is really cool. It uses a scale and a timer. It's very scientific because people are very serious about their caffeine, if you will. And we're definitely in the throes of Meghan Markle mania, as you know. And in the weeks surrounding the engagement that broke the internet, we saw an increase. We were selling 13 white coats per hour. So that just goes to show that, we are in a British frenzy right now, too.
Well, I love all of these, and some of the trends that I'm seeing is kind of some of the things that are old are now new again, and I know eBay keeps us on track with that. Where can I go online to buy some of this stuff or to get on these trends?
Sure. Well, you can head on over to ebay.com or download the app. We have an awesome price match guarantee right now and guaranteed delivery. You can toggle by 1, 2, or 3-day shipping.
Anna, thank you so much for this and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Tina from Tucson.
We'll be right back.